our players were hungry to win the Big Sky Championship, and we had an opportunity to go undefeated that year. And unfortunately, we lost one game, went 7-1, made a good run at Sam Houston State in the second round, and unfortunately didn't go further. But there was a lot of great players on that football team, and I've been fortunate, that to win some games in my life, and most of the wins, great players make good coaches. You got to have the guys in order to have the opportunity to win. And I think here, looking back at some of the guys, Asa Jackson had an opportunity to be drafted in the 4th or 5th round, had a 6 or 7 year career. Now he's going to come back to school and finish his degree, which is a good thing. It's a great thing. And then you add Nick DeZubnar from the championship team and what he meant to this program. He's surrounded with Sullivan Gross, Chris Lawrence, Andy Alcaraz. There were some guys that were surrounding him. Kenny Jackson, that were outstanding players as well. So I think that the whole thing here is that we are we. And I think that that's something I really appreciate at Cal Poly.
I don't think I'm going to sit at home and remember the certain games or the certain plays I played. I'm going to remember the long travel times that I spent with all my teammates and all the fun we had on those long bus trips and the long flights. So that's the important stuff to me that I love. It was a great year. It was a really good year. First year in the Big Sky Conference. Big Sky Conference was obviously a very well-known program and conference in our division and stuff like that. They added, I think, 4 teams maybe that year. So it was definitely like, okay, who's who, what's going to happen, we're the new guys. I think we had a pretty tough schedule that year, and I just remember going out and we just kept playing our game, and I think the last game of the season was against NAU to clinch the championship, and I remember it just being a really, really good feeling. I remember getting a goal line stomp and causing a fumble, and I remember each game. Like I said, it's not the games that you remember, but it's the locker room after when you remember hanging out and celebrating with all your guys and stuff like that. That year will go down as a really, really good year for me.
Well, I've had a good decade of it, and I think it's been extremely enjoyable. Obviously, there's been some seasons that have been more productive than others. There's no question about that. But I think the thing I look back on is what I've learned about this place looking back at 100 years of football here at Cal Poly, and looking back at the '60 plane crash, the undefeated '53 team, the '80, the championship, the national championship team, the Big Sky champions, what they did in the Coach Ellerson era, and the things that they accomplished then. Having coached against Cal Poly 7 times in my career before, and being able to see those games and see the whole thing maybe in a little bit of a different picture from the other side, and having a lot of respect for Cal Poly as a coach that was coaching against him. I think all those things, and the people I've met, the former players, the alumni players from the 70s, the 80s, to me it just shows you how strong of a bond football can create for young people that decide to play it. And at Cal Poly, it's stronger than ever, trust me. And I think that the future's bright, and I'm looking forward to year 101 and trying to build on the things that have been built in the 100 years of football here at Cal Poly.